Today we're opening West Street, which is the main shopping street in Horsham, after a complete revamp of the street itself, both to make it more decorative and also to make it better in terms of drainage, and because we had a bit of a flooding problem from time to time.
The main elements of the scheme have been completed, which includes new seating, new street furniture, bins, bollards, a new drainage system that's gone in, the redactive lighting schemes, and a whole brand new lighting schemes and a wayfinding scheme that runs throughout the street.
There's a nice sinuous curving design in the street, which sort of represents the backs of horses, because this is horse themed. And why? Because Horsham is an old horse town. Its original Saxon meaning was a place where horses were traded.
The project took place essentially to boost the economy and to vitalise and enhance the street scene. We won the money from West Sussex County Council's Kickstart grant funding scheme for that purpose, and we were also able to contribute some money ourselves to just take it to that extra level.
The street looked a little tired, particularly since we recently did up East Street a couple of years ago, and East Street has done terrifically well. It's attracted an enormous amount of investment and has become very popular. In fact, I gather it's known as Eat Street these days because it's full of restaurants. And so we obviously came to the point when West Street was needing some love and attention. And we have seen, as a result of that, already many of the shop fronts begin to improve, more investment coming in, new shops coming in. We measure what we call the void rate, which is the number of shops that are empty, and Horsham has about half the national average in that term. So we're doing well, not perfectly, and we have to work very hard to make sure we keep that up, and if not, improve it.
Undoubtedly it's going to increase pedestrian flow, visitors to the town. It's all going to help, and it really sort of completes the picture with the works that have been done previously in the Carfax and East Street, and I think it's going to generate more trade in the town, hopefully for the retailers, and as a consequence will attract more retailers to the town.
It's really encouraged people into Horsham. Obviously it's encouraged people to stop and look at all the tiles that they've put on the floor, and obviously all the nuggets of information about how Horsham started. Obviously with the lights that are on the high street as well, it's brilliant. Obviously it highlights the little shops that's outside, which I think is brilliant.
Well, the enhancements have very beautified the street a lot more, especially when you see it in the dark with the illuminated flooring, and I'm glad that they've actually taken the line across the history of the name of Horsham and the horseshoes and the pathways.
It draws people past our shop, because you can see just by the numbers of people going past the shop today, there's an increase of people altogether. So it's definitely beneficial for the town.
We absolutely have to refresh our offering. Sounds a bit grand, I guess, but what we have to do is to continually reinvent Horsham to make sure that people come, enjoy the town, and we have a thriving local economy.
Phase 2 will be in the spring next year, where we'll introduce some really great planting, working probably with Horsham and Bloom and local stakeholders to get the whole lift of the feel of the street brought up with the planting element.
Yes, there will be enhancements coming in, particularly landscaping and improved lighting and projection systems, which again are additional enhancements.
I think it really gives us a bit of support, because obviously as we're being small businesses, it is tough out there. Obviously it's with the big competition around us, we could easily get gobbled up with the big wigs. So it's nice that the town have been able to spend the money on helping the smaller businesses succeed in this economic time.
If we don't have an incentive for the customer to come in, they will be sitting at home in front of the television or the computer and start ordering from there, and that would be the end of the small business.
Well, it's all about boosting the economy, more jobs, bringing more people into town, getting the people that come into town to stay longer, and we're really confident that that's going to happen. We've already seen a further £80,000 investment into the street even before we've launched the scheme, so very optimistic about the future of West Street.